Vishkana. I'm in Chicago, Illinois, in the United States of America at Electrical Audio. Look at the beautiful live room at Electrical Audio. This is Studio A, I believe. And instead of being in that pretty room, we're in this austere room, which I believe is known as Alcatraz?
Alcatraz, yeah.
Alcatraz. And joining me, Steve Albini. Hi, Steve.
Howdy.
Nice to see you again. It's been too long.
It's been minutes.
It's been mere minutes. I understand that your band Shellac has done a new record.
Yes, we're just about finished with the record we've been working on in dribs and drabs for the last 7 years or so.
Okay, and can you tell us anything in particular about this record for fans who have been following the band? Because I know you've been playing lots of new songs live. Will some of them likely make it onto this record?
Yes, we tend not to worry too much about whether a song has been released or not when we're deciding whether we're going to play stuff live. We tend to just play the songs that interest us.
Right.
And for the last 7 years or so, we've been working on a batch of songs, and most of them have filtered their way into the shows that we play. So, yeah, if you've seen us in the last 7 years or so, you've probably heard at least a couple of these songs.
One of the songs that really stuck out for me the last time I saw you in Toronto, Ontario, at the Horseshoe. Do you remember the Toronto show?
At the Horseshoe, yeah.
That was fun.
Made famous by the Stompin' Tom live album.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Is that what you knew it best from before you showed up? Is that?
No, we played there before.
No, you never played there before.
Yeah, I think we played there a couple of times.
Shellac?
Yeah. Well, no, I know I've been there a couple of times.
You've never played there.
All right, I'll take your word for it. You're Canadian. You know everything about Canada.
No, that was your first time ever playing Toronto. That show in like 2009 or something. Yeah. It was a great show. You actually introduced the show by saying, "Good evening, Guelph."
Okay.
Which I thought was interesting. You were in Toronto, but you mentioned Guelph. I thought that was kind of an odd choice.
It's a lovely word.
Yeah, Guelph is a fun word, for sure. And in any case, at that show, you played a song called "Dude Incredible."
Yeah.
Is that a song that might appear on your new record?
Yes, it will.
Okay, and
it's a song about monkeys.
Monkeys?
Yeah.
What about monkeys?
Yeah, just the social organization, group dynamic of monkeys. Well, people as well. I mean, we're all primates, so it's very similar. Like trying to get a group of people to go do something is the principle. That's the hinge of the song. Is that you have a group of people and you have to develop. You have to instigate an idea of doing something as a group. Like if you've ever tried to go out to dinner with a bunch of people and you don't know where you want to go, but you're all there. So then you have to try to figure out where you're going to go and the communication network that's required to get everything across, and then gradually mounting momentum toward doing something, and then along the way, things can happen and divert your plans, and you have to contend with them, and sooner or later, and before you know it, somebody's in the hospital.
This is represented by the phrase "dude incredible," or does it have nothing to do with the meaning of the song?
That part I can't really answer.
Okay.
Not because I'm being coy, but because I don't know how that song ended up being called "Dude Incredible." It just did.
Okay, it's a great song, and how many songs are going to be on this new record?
At the moment, it appears 9. There's a possibility that it will be either 8 or 10, but I think it's most likely going to be 9.
Okay, and is there a title for the record yet?
That's still in debate mode.
Debate mode.
Yeah.
Among you just haven't figured out what you want to call it.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. And
no projected release date. We don't have any plan. It'll be done when it's done. The music part of it is going to be finished in the next day or so.
Okay. And I don't know. Is there anything else we can glean from you from this at this moment? Are there any grand departures for the band at this point that you can think of? Things that you're excited about that you haven't explored before?
As regards the record, you mean?
Yes, or generally, if you'd like to speak to those things. You've had... No,
I mean, we all basically, our lives are all basically the same. We still live where we used to live. We still work where we used to work. I still have the same car.
Yes. Okay.
Todd still has a cowbell.
Cowbell?
Yeah. We got him a cowbell.
Oh, for this record?
No, a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
We thought it was important to get him a cowbell.
Just because he plays drums, or because...
we wanted to have it as an option.
I see, okay. In the past, all of you have contributed songs, vocals to songs. Is that the case for this record?
I think, yeah, all of us sing at least a little bit on the whole record.
Okay, cool. And, I guess a major point is your last record came out on Touch and Go Records, which is
Mm-hmm.
no longer really functioning the way it did.
Right.
Do you know how this record will be out?
As far as we know, we're still planning on putting it out on Touch and Go, and Corey has indicated that he's willing to do it. So, I mean, we're not very demanding as a band. We don't require very much of a record label other than manufacturing our records and allowing people to buy them. So we're precisely the sort of band that could be dealt with by a very small label, and Touch and Go is at the moment a very small label. So.
Okay, so there's a fair amount of work that still needs to go into it before you can settle on...
Basically, we just need a name, artwork, cover, and then we have to actually finish the music, master it, get it manufactured, decide how much you want to charge for it. That's going to be a thing.
Do you have packaging plans?
Nothing spectacular, nothing that should be out of the ordinary. Like
Sure.
if you're a music fan and you own records, you're going to have a record on the shelf. It'll look good. It'll be a nice record. We're not talking about doing anything. We're not going to have like a handmade teak box or anything.
You've had rather elaborate and thoughtfully presented record covers before.
Nothing that crazy though.
Okay.
I mean, what it boils down to is all of us have record collections, and we all like records that are presented nicely, and you just don't want to be shown up by Uriah Heep. That's what it boils down to. Like you don't want to be thumbing through your records and be like flipping through and see how, and like God damn, that Grand Funk album looks great, and then you flip a couple more and you're like, Jesus, that Black Sabbath cover is really, really good, and like, holy shit, look at this. This is a punk record, and it's like this really scabby, really fantastic cover. And then you pull your record out, and it's like do. You don't want to have that letdown.
Well, you haven't made if I might say, you haven't made an ordinary looking album to this point. So
it's an effort, You want to not. You just don't want to drop the ball at any point.
Right. And so is that process is in process? The idea of
we've been talking about it. We don't. I mean, we do everything by consensus. We don't have a real political structure to the band. We don't have any kind of we don't allow ourselves to have deadlines. We tend to talk about things until there's a consensus about what we should do, and then we do it. You know, and that process of like working through everybody's reservations about everything and giving an airing to everybody's opinion, and then gradually percolating that down to a plan of action, that just takes a long time for us because we're old and slow, and we don't have any we don't really have any ambition at this point. We're just doing a process. We're pursuing our band as a process, and so it just takes time to work itself out.
Okay, so in a nutshell, the news is the recording is done for the most part, pretty much.
Yeah. We're basically done with an album. We just haven't finished all the little bits.
Okay, cool. Well, Steve, we're all looking forward to hearing it, if I might say, and it's just nice to speak to you again.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
We'll see you in another couple of minutes.
Yeah, we'll probably have to do something else. All right, maybe more to come from Electrical, but if not, enjoy the view of Studio A.